To prevent local spread of coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, all inbound travelers need to follow quarantine measures. The government adopts a risk-based approach to decide appropriate quarantine premises, such as home, hotels, or other premises, for different groups of inbound travelers. For inbound travelers arriving at the Hong Kong International Airport, the quarantine measures can be divided into 3 parts. Before boarding, all inbound travelers may fill in and submit the Health and Quarantine Information Declaration form online. After submitting the online form, download the result by clicking Save QR Code button or capture the screen. The QR code is valid for 48 hours. If inbound travelers have stayed in any specified high-risk places, on the day or 14 days before boarding the aircraft to Hong Kong, they must provide the following 3 documents for boarding. First, the test report in English or Chinese issued by a laboratory or healthcare institution bearing the name of the relevant traveler, identical to that in his or her valid travel document, indicated that the relevant traveler underwent a nucleic acid test for COVID-19, with a sample taken from the traveler within 72 hours before the scheduled departure time of the flight, and the test result was negative. If the test report is not in English or Chinese, or does not contain all of the aforementioned information, a written confirmation in English or Chinese issued by the laboratory or healthcare institution bearing the name of the relevant traveler, identical to that in his or her valid travel document, setting out all of the aforementioned information, should be presented together with the test report. Second, the documentary proof in English or Chinese to show that the laboratory or healthcare institution is ISO 15189 accredited or is recognized or approved by the relevant authority of the government of the place in which the laboratory or healthcare institution is located. And third, confirmation of room reservation in a hotel in Hong Kong for not less than 14 days starting on and including the day of arrival. Travelers should wear a mask at all times on board. Upon arrival, inbound travelers should follow instructions and proceed to midfield concourse inside the airport restricted area for a series of quarantine procedures. All inbound travelers are required to undergo temperature screening and submit the health declaration result to the staff of the Department of Health, DH. Travelers should approach the DH staff if symptoms develop. Depending on the situation of the travelers, they will receive corresponding arrangements. Except exempted persons, DH will issue compulsory quarantine orders to all inbound travelers whom will be subject to compulsory quarantine for 14 days. The travelers have to install the Stay Home Safe mobile app and they will be put on an electronic wristband. The mobile app will be activated. Travelers are required to collect samples for COVID-19 testing at the temporary specimen collection center within the restricted area of the Hong Kong International Airport and wait for their test results at a designated location. After that, the travelers will go through immigration clearance, followed by the luggage reclamation and custom clearance. Those arriving by flights landing in early mornings and before noon will stay and wait for the results at the temporary specimen collection center. During the wait at the temporary specimen collection center, travelers will be able to access only their carry-on baggage. As the wait can be up to 12 hours or more, it is important that travelers carry their daily necessity, record, and sufficient stock of medications that need to be taken regularly as carry-on baggage. Depending on the needs, travelers should bring along other daily necessities, for example, baby milk powder with them. In general, those arriving in the afternoons or at nighttime will be transferred to the holding center for test result in a designated hotel for one night generally for the results. The hotel will provide basic catering services and all people shall not leave their hotel room. Moreover, DH will make flexible arrangements according to its capacity and the daily number of passengers. If necessary, inbound travelers arriving in the afternoons could also be arranged to wait for test results at the temporary specimen collection center. When there is a huge number of passengers, the waiting time for test results will be prolonged. For the sake of health, please be patient and cooperate with the instructions of the staff. If someone is tested positive, confirmed cases and their close contacts will respectively be arranged for admission to hospital and sent to designated quarantine centers directly. If tested negative, confinees have to go to their corresponding quarantine places immediately to continue the 14-day compulsory quarantine until completion. Persons under compulsory quarantine must stay inside their corresponding quarantine premises, such as home and hotel room, at all times. Confinees have to check their body temperature twice daily. For those who cannot arrange their own daily needs during quarantine, they can contact the Home Affairs Department District Help Desk Hotline. The Center for Health Protection of DH also provides a dedicated hotline which operates 24 hours a day to confinees. If they develop fever or other symptoms, they should call the hotline immediately to report the condition. On day 10 of the quarantine, please return another sample to DH for COVID-19 testing by your family members, relatives, or friends. You may also use the door-to-door specimen collection service to return the sample. Prior booking is required. Any person concerned who leaves the quarantine premises without permission or provides false or misleading information to Department of Health or authorized officers may commit a criminal offense. The penalty upon conviction is imprisonment and a fine. The government will ensure the persons under compulsory quarantine stay at the premises by spot checks. But finally, to prevent COVID-19 spreading in the community, self-discipline and solidarity are of utmost importance. We hope that all the inbound travelers can be patient and fight the virus together.